It's not a matchup that happens very often. UTRGV and the University at Buffalo have only met once before, but with a couple of feet of snow on the ground in Buffalo, UTRGV is happy to open a 4-game home series in the sunny Rio Grande Valley. It's UTRGV and the University at Buffalo next on Spectrum Sports. Welcome out to the UTRGV Baseball Stadium. Alongside Danny Elizondo, I'm Jonah Goldberg as we get ready for the start of Game 1 of a 4-game series between the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley and the University at Buffalo. Well, Danny, UTRGV coming off of a sweep of Arlington Baptist, including a 7-3 victory on Wednesday. And in that game, player of the game, David Becerra.
Yeah, his number was called out of the bullpen, and he got into a situation where, it's not typical for a pitcher to make his debut, but he handled it nicely, got comfortable with his curveball, threw strikes, and he pitched a gem.
Came out with the bases loaded and 2 outs, got out of it with a strikeout, 5 1/3, shut down innings of relief to pick up the win in his collegiate debut. And that was after redshirting last year, so he really hadn't pitched in a competitive arena in a while, but he did such a great job out of the bullpen for UTRGV on Wednesday. But if you want to win, you got to score some runs as well, and UTRGV did just that. Austin Senior and Joseph Collazo breaking out.
Yeah, we've been waiting to see who was going to step up behind Jose Garcia. Joseph Criazzo starting to get hot. Austin Senior swinging it well. He's been hitting the ball hard. He finished just a home run shy of the cycle. And if you can get those two guys behind Garcia to play more consistent, this lineup could be dangerous.
Senior 4 for 5 with 3 RBI. Collazo 2 for 4. He scored 3 times because he also had a walk along the way. Between the two of them, they hit for the cycle. But so some great offense there. But now you take on a University at Buffalo team that UTRGV really doesn't have familiarity with.
Yeah, sometimes it's going to happen like that. You got to keep your game plan simple, throw strikes, live on the corners, and score some runs early for your pitcher.
These two teams have only met once before. That was in 2008 for 1 game at a tournament. We'll take a timeout. Coming up on UTRGV pregame. It's Coach's Corner. I'll chat with UTRGV head coach Manny Mantrana. You're watching UTRGV Baseball on Spectrum Sports.
A good neighbor is more than an acquaintance. A good neighbor is more than a friend.
A good neighbor is welcoming and makes you feel like family.
Helpful, kind, caring, supportive. In an emergency, you can count on your neighbors.
Day or night. At Neighbors Emergency Center.
Your doctors.
Your neighbors.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Buffalo Friday at 7, Saturday at 6, Sunday at noon, and Monday at 7. Get your tickets now at GoUTRGV.com.
Who's not hooked on Church's seafood? Introducing new hand-breaded fish. Try 3 delicious pieces of our hand-breaded fish and 5 Hush Puppy biscuit bites for just $3.99. Church's. And like always, get a great deal for the whole family.
Welcome back to UTRGV pregame. It's the Coach's Corner. Jonah Goldberg with UTRGV head coach Manny Mantrana. And coach, coming off of a sweep of Arlington Baptist, what did you see from your team?
Well, we swung the bat a little bit better the second night, Jonah. Our starter kind of struggled a little bit, but we had a freshman come in out of the bullpen, did a really nice job for us, so that's encouraging.
Yeah, David Becerra, collegiate debut, 5 1/3 shutout innings. Boy, if you could write that script for a collegiate debut, you'd take it every time.
We're trying to get him in with a nice, comfortable lead. Unfortunately, we had to bring him in with the bases loaded, and I think we're up by like 2 runs. So, his bullpens have gone really well. Throws a lot of strikes. He's pitched before, just not at this level, but he did a nice job for us.
Becerra came in with a jam. He bases loaded. Now he walked the first guy, but he struck out the second guy and then settled down from there. And what I noticed was he seemed to be overthrowing at first. Then Noah Lee went out and calmed him down and really kind of showed what his value is behind the plate there.
Well, typically for your first outing, especially as a freshman, your nerves are going to be, you're going to be excited and your heart's going to be pumping. You're going to be, a little bit anxious. But he really settled down after the first couple. And like you said, about 5 2/3, I think, or 5 1/3 of scoreless baseball. So he did a very nice job for us.
And then swinging the bats, Austin Senior 4 for 5.
We need him to get hot. We need somebody else. Garcia has been hot for us all year. JoJo started to pick up the bat a little bit. So hopefully now Austin also gets hot, and we'll have 3 guys that can swing it, that are really swinging it well.
Yeah, suddenly you have a lot of depth at that start of that lineup, with Estrella and Torres too. It really makes it difficult for opposing pitchers.
Yeah, but the problem is we're really thin at the bottom. So I agree. Our first 4 or 5 guys maybe can really put a wallop into the baseball. But after that, we got to get a little bit better offensively.
All right, Coach. Thanks a lot and good luck.
Thank you, Jonah.
That was UTRGV head coach Manny Mantrano. That'll do it for the Coaches Corner. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have your starting lineups and first pitch. You're watching UTRGV Baseball on Spectrum Sports.
And I entered the kingdom of the 2 fairies?
You have to see the password.
Is it giggling goldfish?
No!
Smelly jelly?
Try again.
The password is Dad's coming in!
You work hard to protect what matters. That's why we're proactively advancing our security to develop strong authentication technologies that go beyond the password to protect your accounts.
Wait, what's the password?
Stinky feet.
Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Buffalo Friday at 7, Saturday at 6, Sunday at noon, and Monday at 7. Get your tickets now at GoUTRGV.com.
Big things are happening at the one and only South Texas Buick GMC.
Thank you, Valley, for making us your #1 Buick and GMC sales leader in South Texas.
Continue to expect the best trade-in value plus the best customer service around.
Right now, take 25% off when you drive a 2017 GMC Canyon or a 2017 GMC Sierra 1500, including Sierra Denali.
South Texas Buick GMC.
Not the biggest, just the best.
This is the Acura of the RGV point of view.
Acura are cool, fast, and very safe.
At Acura of the RGV, we do things differently.
I'm glad you did that.
You can lease an Acura TLX for just $269 a month. Affordable luxury, the 2017 Acura TLX.
Acura of the RGV in San Juan.
San Juan, what a pretty name for a town. Acura of the RGV, we are not like the other guys.
UTRGV Baseball is brought to you by Neighbors Emergency Center, with 29 locations in Texas, including 3 across the Rio Grande Valley. Back at UTRGV Baseball Stadium alongside Danny Elizondo, I'm Jonah Goldberg. UTRGV and University at Buffalo getting ready to play. Let's take a look at the lineups. We'll start with the University at Buffalo, and they'll start with Alex Thrower at the top, Ben Hafner at shortstop, then Vinny Malaro, the DH, and you see it popping up. Kyle Brennan, Brian Dudek, Jeff Palzewski, Brian Wasilewski, Andrew Taft, and Philip Tomasolo rounding out the order. They'll go up against the UTRGV defense that looks a little like this. Garcia, McMahon, and Gomez across your outfield. Torres, Estrella, Senior, Garcia around the horn. Noah Lee behind the plate for the 3rd straight game. The umpires for tonight's game: Javier Cantu calls the balls and the strikes. Over at first, it's Gilbert Signs. The 3rd base ump is Hugo Cruz. Danny, your keys to the game.
First off, UTRGV needs some length after a heavy week of pitching for the bullpen. They need a good lengthy start from Carter Johnson here tonight. Secondly, patience is a virtue. Buffalo pitching is walking 6 batters and plunking 2 per game. UTRGV needs to be patient and take advantage of those free passes. And then you have to be aggressive with strikes. Opponents are batting .327 off Buffalo pitching. If UTRGV can take the wide ones and be aggressive with the ones in the zone, they could score a lot of runs here tonight.
Well, Carter Johnson just about ready to go for UTRGV, and he's had a nice start to his season. You see the numbers popping up there. Look at the strikeouts. 36 in 28 innings. That's really good. And just 17 base runners in those 28 innings. And a 6-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. Great numbers all around for the junior who one day wants to own his own surf shop.
Surf shop. Nice. Usually you get the, I want to go play pro, I want to go somewhere to go
Well,
play.
he may want to play pro first, but, you know, even if you pitch until you're 40, it still leaves a lot of life left. And I don't know about you, but I plan to live to be at least 120. So that would only be a third of the way through for me. And the first pitch at 7:10 misses outside to Alex Thrower. Thrower hasn't been getting on base a lot via the hit, but he's walked a ton. 14 walks compared to 9 hits. So despite a 196 batting average, a 383 on base.
That's key for a leadoff hitter. Got to try to find a way, somehow.
And he's ahead in the count 3-0. Johnson turns and delivers. Ball 4. So 4-pitch leadoff walk for Alex Thrower. On a picture-perfect Friday evening in the Rio Grande Valley. Game time temperature is 78 degrees. That is exactly what it feels like. A couple of wispy white clouds around, but nothing of any consequence. And the wind blowing out to left at 18 miles an hour. It's also blowing across the press box. Throw to first. Diving back to the bag is Thrower. 2 steals in 3 attempts this year.
Johnson leading off with that walk right there. Last time out didn't allow a free pass in his 8 innings against Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
Fifth straight ball to start off the ball game for Johnson. Ben Hafner, another high on base guy. A lot of high on base guys in this lineup. 393 is the on base percentage for Hafner, but he has a 321 average. So not quite the differential we saw with Thrower. Pitch, a strike, 1-1. Follow with Malaro is 390, Brennan 462, Dudek 468 on base. Drops off considerably from there, but your first 5 guys get on base a lot. Throw to first. And again, back to the bag goes Thrower. Up and away, 2-1. Well, Johnson, normally a guy who pounds the strike zone. We're going to find it a little bit here early. Breaking ball ripped foul to the right.
Good swing there by Hafner. He sat on the breaking ball. Seemed like he had a good read on that one. Just got in front of it as he pulled it down that right field line.
Pretty big lead for Thrower over at first. There he goes, and the pitch is fisted foul to the left. Swing and a miss. Tied him up with an inside fastball. 1 away in the first.
Good battle there between Johnson and Hafner. Looked like it was an off speed there. Broke off at the end of the pitch right on the inside edge. Tough pitch to handle if you're Hafner, but 1 down for Johnson.
Vinny Milaro at the plate. Runner goes, swing and a miss. Throw on the second is wide. Off the glove of Senior, but no further advance for thrower. Stolen base. 0-1 on Milaro.
Pitch was outside as Lee tried to make the throw down to second. He finished with that on the third base side of the bag. Thrower was in there easily.
Johnson deals, swing and a hopper to short. Estrella throws it high, but Victor Garcia Jr. brings it down for the second out of the inning. On to third moves thrower.
Good to see Vic back in the lineup. So we see that play again. Estrella looked over to third, but wisely went over to first for the sure 1 out. If you go to third, you have to apply the tag. Different variables go into that play. So anything can happen there. If you make a good throw, it's a 4 shot at first, and now 2 down.
First pitch to Brennan. Misses low. Breaking ball strike, 1-1. Thrower 90 feet away. He walked to lead off the inning, stole second, moved to third on a ground out. Johnson trying to strand him. Grounded foul at the plate. Johnson a strike away from doing just that.
Good recovery by Johnson here in this inning. 4-pitch walk. Struggled on that first pitch to Hafner. Then he picked up the strikeout, got the ground out. Now he seems like he's finding his rhythm out there.
Here's the 1-2. Swing and a chopper toward third. Torres up with it. Makes the play for the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We played half an inning at UTRGV Baseball Stadium. It's Buffalo nothing and UTRGV coming to bat. You're watching UTRGV Baseball on Spectrum Sports.
This is the Acura of the RGV point of view.
Acura are cool, fast, and very safe.
At Acura of the RGV, we do things differently.
I'm glad you did that.
You can lease an Acura TLX for just $269 a month. Affordable luxury, the 2017 Acura TLX.
Acura of the RGV in San Juan.
San Juan, what a pretty name for a town. Acura of the RGV, we are not like the other guys.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Buffalo Friday at 7, Saturday at 6, Sunday at noon, and Monday at 7. Get your tickets now at GoUTRGV.com.
University Draft House. Civilized burgers for uncivilized appetites.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium with Danny Elizondo. I'm Jonah Goldberg. That's Jose Garcia waiting to hit. He's leading off for UTRGV here in the bottom of the first with no score. Followed by Collazo and Cena, then Estrella Torres and Lee, Gomez, Victor Garcia Jr. back in the lineup, and then McMahon rounding out the order. And they will go up against Alex Tui, the right-hander for UB. Comes in with a 3-1 record, but a high ERA. He's given up more than twice as many hits as innings pitched. Opponents earning .405 against Tui. See a 2-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio, but it's definitely been an interesting year for Tui thus far. The defense behind Tui looks like this. Wasilewski, thrower. Tomasulo, left to right across the outfield. Blazeski, Hafner, Dudek, Taft around the horn. And Brennan does the catching. Jose Garcia leads it off. His average has come down a little bit, all the way down to 412. He's on base still over 500 though, 506. And about a 2-to-1 walk to strikeout ratio, which is fantastic for a hitter. Upstairs, 2-0.
Yeah, Garcia, you can slot him in on any spot in the order. You know, you can put him leadoff, you can bat him second, third, fourth.
3-0 now on Garcia.
He's gonna give you quality at bat almost every single time. And as a leadoff hitter, he does this. He takes pitches. He doesn't chase bad pitches, allowing the guys behind him to look at as many pitches as possible.
There's ball 4. So Garcia aboard with a leadoff walk. See if UTRGV can take advantage. I want to say one thing about Alec Tui. If you looked at those raw numbers, you're probably thinking, you know, and I said it was an interesting season. I didn't really elaborate on it. I should. Because if you look at the raw numbers, you're wondering, how is he 3-1? He's averaging 4 innings a start, and he has an ERA of 14. Well, he kind of took one for the team last week at Oklahoma. That's 13th ranked Oklahoma to you, folks. It's the pitch miss inside to Joseph Collazo. Tui only lasted 2/3 of an inning, gave up 11 runs on 10 hits. That'll inflate anybody's ERA.
Oh, yeah. And it's still early in the season where an inning like that, you're going to see it in the ERA.
Now, look, without that inning, his ERA would still be approaching 9. It would be 15 1/3 innings with 14 runs given up. So less than 9, but it would still be a high ERA. But that's a pretty big difference. It's one of those days that you don't want to be a pitcher. 16-10 victory for Oklahoma. Oklahoma went on to sweep Buffalo in 4 games. There's a strike, 3-1. So in non-Oklahoma starts, he's averaging 5 innings per start, which is how he gets the wins. And he's getting up some runs, but the offense has been there. Runner goes, and the pitch is hit in the air out toward left field. Wasilewski was back, now he's in, and he drops the ball. On to second moves Garcia, and that ball hits off of Hafner's glove. His glove falls off. The ball trickles into left. Hafner tracks it down. So Wasilewski probably should have caught that ball.
Yeah, off the end of the bat by Collazo, and it looked like it had a moment for it. He came in, and it hit his glove. It's above his knees. He should have made that catch.
Well, the biggest mistake he made, he took a step back first. And when he took that step back, and then all of a sudden realized, uh-oh, I need to go in, he never had a chance to get to it. Austin Senior digs in and looks at strike one. Pitch low, 1-1. So Garcia at second, Collazo at first. Base hit means the game's first run. Upstairs, 2-1. Fouled off to the right. 2-2. Line foul to the right. Still 2-2.
You can see Senior trying to go the opposite way with it, a huge hole in the right side of the infield.
In the dirt, runners thought about, but they stay put. Full count.
Good idea to stay put. If you try to get that extra bag, get thrown out at third, and you could, you know, almost kill an inning before it starts.
Pitch is on the ground too short, and they're going to get an out at first. Hafner, when he fielded, looked toward third, and that prevented him from having a chance to play at second.
Well, the runners were in motion on that pitch, and Collazo was coming hard on the bag. I think he was checking to see if Garcia was going to try to round third, as his only play was to first.
So second and third, one out. A base hit means 2 for Ivan Estrella. And the right-hander deals. Ball 1. Swinging a ground ball to second. That'll get a run in. Dudek can't handle it. Everybody safe. So Garcia scores. Collazo to third. E4. Give Estrella an RBI.
It was a Dudek going to the backhand on that play where he should have just fielded it regularly. As he went to the backhand, he looked up, and that's where the error happened. He couldn't field it correctly, had no play anywhere.
Here's Tyler Torres, who bunts it in the air and into the seats. Now becomes a souvenir for a fan. Bunted at right side. It's a good one. Picked up by Tui. A run scores. Collazo comes home, Estrella to second. It's a successful suicide squeeze. And UTRGV now leads 2-0.
Perfect bunt by Torres right on the inside edge of that grass. Collazo was coming home on contact until his only play was on to first.
Here's Noah Lee. Swinging the bat very well recently, making his third straight start at catcher. And there's strike one to Lee. That's significant because until Wednesday, nobody had started consecutive games at catcher this year. Noah Lee and Austin Oaks had gone every other game. Lee started both games in the Arlington Baptist Series, and now he's starting again today. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Breaking ball into the left center field gap, and it drops in for a base hit. Estrella scores. And it's 3-0 UTRGV. You know what? I saw Anthony Gomez at the plate picking up the bat, and for a second, he touched the plate. So at first, in my head, I was like, wait, 2 people have scored. There was only 1 person on base.
There was. Torres had that sac bunt.
Pitch misses high to Anthony Gomez. Little tapper in front of the plate. Picked up by 2. He throws to first for the out. And that's your inning. But not before UTRGV gets 3 runs on 1 hit, 2 errors, and they leave 1 man on base. At the end of an inning of play, UTRGV leads 3-0. You're watching UTRGV Baseball on Spectrum Sports.
Welcome to the La Quinta Inn and Suites in the heart of the beautiful McAllen Convention Center, where you're only moments away from the sights and sounds of the heart of the Rio Grande Valley's top entertainment and shopping destinations. The comforts of La Quinta Inn and Suites McAllen Convention Center are extensive and inviting. Relax in the innovatively laid out stylish rooms with all the amenities you've come to expect from La Quinta Inn and Suites. You're sure to remember your stay at La Quinta Inn and Suites McAllen Convention Center. UTRGV Baseball hosts Buffalo Friday at 7, Saturday at 6, Sunday at noon, and Monday at 7. Get your tickets now at GoUTRGV.com.
The white lines keep time for you. Like road signs, my words are true. They bring me slowly back.
I missed you.
Did you bring new ones?
You work hard for more than just you.
You went to Montana.
I did.
Working together, we'll help you save for her future geology degree. Wells Fargo.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium. Alongside Danny Elizondo, I'm Jonah Goldberg. We go to the top of the second. UTRGV has a 3-0 lead over the University at Buffalo. All 3 runs in the first. Noah Lee an RBI single to cap it after a Torres squeeze, and Estrella driving in a run on an error. Brian Dudek leads it off, 5-6-7 for Buffalo against the right-hander Carter Johnson. And first pitch is hit on the ground between first and second into right field for a base hit.
Dudek trying to make amends for his error in the bottom of the first as he jumps on that first pitch from Carter Johnson.
Jeff Palzewski digs in and looks at ball one. Johnson been the Friday night guy all season, making his 5th start. His best outing was his second start, February 24th against Prairie View A&M. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Went a complete game, 9 innings. Struck out 13 without walking anybody. Gave up just 1 run on 2 hits. Liner to short, caught by Estrella, throw to first, double play. And just like that, they're 2 away.
Estrella wasting no time to relay that throw on to first. Made the grab and he just threw it on his way to first with Dudek well off the bag.
Brian Wasilewski digs in. And the pitch is strike. Chopper to second. Seeing her up with it. Throws to first for the out, and that's your inning. No runs a hit, no errors a man, nobody left on base. At the end of an inning and a half. 3-0 UTRGV. You're watching UTRGV Baseball on Spectrum Sports.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Buffalo Friday at 7, Saturday at 6, Sunday at noon, and Monday at 7. Get your tickets now at GoUTRGV.com.
Who's not hooked on Church's seafood? Introducing new hand-breaded fish. Try 3 delicious pieces of our hand-breaded fish and 5 hush puppy biscuit bites for just $3.99. Church's. And like always, get a great deal for the whole family.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium. Alongside Danny Elizondo, I'm Jonah Goldberg. We go to the bottom of the second. UTRGV has a 3-0 lead. 8-9-1 in the UTRGV order against Alex Toohey. Victor Garcia Jr. leads it off and looks at strike one. Garcia, part of the 3-headed first base monster for UTRGV. Strong defender and the only left-handed hitter of the bunch. Breaking ball ground foul at the plate. Nick Schrank started the last 2 games, and Annabelle Leal and Garcia had generally been splitting time before that.
Schrank handled his own at first those 2 games. Trying to get him some more at bats, trying to find his rhythm before conference play.
And, you know, came in as a catcher, was limited by an arm injury, and so he fell behind in the catching depth chart. But you know, you're going to be able to play first before you're going to be able to play catcher when you're coming back from an arm injury. So got him a little bit of time there. Those were his first 2 starts. He's done some late inning stuff, and he's caught 1 inning also.
Yeah, it gives Coach an opportunity to try to see what Schrank brings to the table as he gets ready for conference play.
Chopper to first. Taft takes it himself, 1 away. Here's Conrad McMahon. He deals. Outside. There's ball 2. "27 inches of snow fell on Buffalo this week." Pitch a strike, 2-1. It's cold up there this time of year, and it obviously, but it stays cold for a while, and it makes it interesting for teams from the north, like a Buffalo. They won't play a home game till April 5th. 2-2 on McMahon. In stark contrast to UTRGV, which has already played 16 home games. This is number 17 and is playing 23 of its first 27 at home. Breaking ball, little looper into center field, a base hit. 3rd hit of the day for UTRGV. I mean, think about it. UTRGV, this is their 5th straight home weekend, and next weekend will be their 6th straight home weekend to open the season.
It's a lot of games in a short amount of time for UTRGV. Talked about how Carter Johnson needs to go deep into the game to give the bullpen some rest after, a game almost every day this week.
Runner goes, pitch is chopped left side. A backhanded try by Hafner, but it goes into left field. On to third, moves McMahon. The throw gets away, but no further advance for Garcia.
That was a chopper on the left side of the infield by Garcia. Shortstop Hafner tried to go backhand into it, but he just couldn't reach it, looked like.
So it looked like to me as well. I don't think it hit his glove at all. So back-to-back one-out singles for UTRGV. Joseph Collazo digs in. He singled and scored in the first. Gets down a nice bunt. Throw to the plate, and caught is McMahon. Heading back toward third, and he's tagged out by Brennan. So fielder's choice. He can score 1-2. Collazo's aboard. Garcia the second. Here's Austin Seener, grounded out in the first. And there's ball 1. You know, there were some people who were wondering when all the snow was dropping in Buffalo, would they be able to get out? Pitch is low, 2-0. Something that I thought about too, but in the back of my head was never overly concerned about. Being from that area, you learn that when you're used to something happening a lot, they're ready for it. Pitch misses low and outside, 3-0.
Could you imagine if UTR, the Rio Grande Valley took 15 inches of snow?
Well, the airport would have to shut because they don't have like those, they don't have plows.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if the airport would have de-icer. It never gets that low. Pitch a strike, 3-1. I mean, I can only remember once or twice in almost 10 years of being down here, the temperature reaching the low 30s.
Mm-hmm.
And when that happens, I mean, that's a really rare event. Chopper right side into right field to base hit. Rounding third and headed home McMahon. The throw is cut off. It's an RBI single for Austin Senior. As Garcia scores, Collazo to second, UTRGV leads 4-0.
We saw Senior tried to do the same thing in his first at bat. He was fouling him off over to the right side. This time, he gets it through the right side for a base hit. Nice at bat there by Senior.
Here's Ivan Estrella. The ground ball the second that Dudek couldn't handle to drive in a run in the first. 2 he deals, and there's a flare out toward right. Tomasolo makes the catch for the final out of the inning. So 1 run on 3 hits, no errors. They leave 2. We've played 2. UTRGV leads 4-0. You're watching UTRGV Baseball on Spectrum Sports.
Big things are happening at the one and only South Texas Buick GMC.
Thank you, Valley, for making us your #1 Buick and GMC sales leader in South Texas.
Continue to expect the best trade-in value plus the best customer service around.
Right now, take 25% off when you drive a 2017 GMC Canyon or a 2017 GMC Sierra 1500, including Sierra Denali.
South Texas Buick GMC.
Not the biggest, just the best.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Buffalo Friday at 7, Saturday at 6, Sunday at noon, and Monday at 7. Get your tickets now at GoUTRGV.com.
University Draft House. Civilized burgers for uncivilized appetites.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium, reminding you that UTRGV Baseball is brought to you by Neighbors Emergency Center, with 29 locations in Texas, including 3 across the Rio Grande Valley. Alongside Danny Elizondo, I'm Jonah Goldberg, top of the third. UTRGV a 4-0 lead. Andrew Taft leading it off, and Carter Johnson ready to go into the wind. He deals a fastball grounded foul to the left. Johnson coming off of a 6-pitch second inning. See the numbers for Taft. That's 5 for 43. Swinging a hard hit grounder past Estrella into left field for a base hit. 2 hits today for Buffalo. And the leadoff man aboard for the 3rd straight inning.
It was Taft hitting that one on the screws. Estrella didn't have much time to react to that one. But the leadoff man is aboard, and Johnson fell behind early in that first to allow that 4-pitch walk, and he works best when he's ahead in the count, and he needs to try to focus on doing that here in this inning.
Here's Philip Tomasulo. And the pitch is low. One and one now on Tomasulo. The vast majority of the players on the Buffalo roster are from New York. Not all of them. At Ohio, Pennsylvania, Toronto, Maryland. There's one from Indiana, one from Florida. 1 and 2 now. And then there's one from Texas. One from Frisco, Matt Lowry, freshman infielder. Frisco outside the Dallas area, just north. Swinging a ground ball up the middle, Senior for Estrella on to first, a double play. Second double play turned by UTRGV today.
Routine ground ball out to Senior. Senior with a nice flip over to Estrella. That double play combo was pretty good up the middle.
We roll over the order for Alex Thrower, who walked in the first. Ball 1. There's a strike, 1 and 1. Swinging a ground ball left side. Circling it, Estrella throwing on the run, and a great stretch by Garcia. But Thrower's just too fast.
That was a great play by Estrella. Came in, it was a slow hit on the move, and he had to throw across his body, but with the left-handed batter at the plate, he beats out the throw. It's the 3rd hit of the ball game for Buffalo.
There's Hafner with 2 down. Strikeout victim in the first. Throw to first, and back to the bag goes Thrower. Thrower a good lead off first, and the pitch in the dirt blocked by Lee. Ball 1. Low, 2-0.
Looks like Lee and Johnson want to get on the same page here. Quick meeting. You want to get your tickets, though, for an upcoming UTRGV baseball game. You can visit UTRGVtickets.com today to reserve your favorite seat. That's UTRGVtickets.com.
Get your single game tickets there. We also got some flex plans and mini plans available. Pitch a strike to Hafner, 2-1. You know, there's a plan that's just for Saturday games. Although if I was just gonna go one day a week, it would be Fridays for the Raisin Canes Challenge.
That's true.
If UTRGV wins on a Friday, everybody in the ballpark gets a free Raisin Canes box meal.
It's looking good right now.
Runner goes, pitches low, throw to second, not in time. Stolen base, Alex Thrower, his second of the game. Now, of course, they say everybody in the ballpark, but what that really means is all the fans in the ballpark.
Yeah.
Pretty sure we're not getting that.
Yeah. The pitch was a little low from Johnson. Out an extra split second for Thrower to get in there. Showing off his speed here tonight.
Well, base hit will get Buffalo on the board. 3-1 is upstairs. Hafner walks. There's Vinny Malaro. Grounded out in the first. 2 on, 2 down. We're in the third. UTRGV up 4-0 with 3 runs in the first and 1 in the second. Johnson deals. Low. Right-hander comes set at the letters and deals. Swinging a high, towering drive deep down the left field line. Foul.
That was well hit by Malaro. Had the distance for sure. Of course, I was still waiting for a signal from the umpiring crew. I didn't see any.
Trying to send that one back home to Buffalo. Line drive out toward right, and it dunks in for a base hit. Round third to score is Thrower. Thrower comes into second, where Hafner is standing on the RBI single by Vinny Malaro. And Buffalo gets one back. It's 4-1.
And just a bit unlucky for Johnson off the end of the bat by Malaro, and it's right in between Senior at second and Gomez in right. Had so much spin on it that when it hit, it bounced to Gomez's right. But good pitch, just a bad break for Johnson.
Breaking ball, grounded back to the mound. Johnson makes the play and flips underhand to first for the final out of the inning. Buffalo gets a run on 3 hits, no errors. They leave 2 at the end of 2.5 innings of play. UTRGV leads 4-1. You're watching UTRGV Baseball on Spectrum Sports.
A good neighbor is more than an acquaintance. A good neighbor is more than a friend.
A good neighbor is welcoming and makes you feel like family.
Helpful, kind, caring, supportive. In an emergency, you can count on your neighbors.
Day or night. At Neighbors Emergency Center.
Your doctors.
Your neighbors.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Buffalo Friday at 7, Saturday at 6, Sunday at noon, and Monday at 7. Get your tickets now at goutrgv.com. Welcome to the La Quinta Inn and Suites in the heart of the beautiful McAllen Convention Center, where you're only moments away from the sights and sounds of the heart of the Rio Grande Valley's top entertainment and shopping destinations. The comforts of La Quinta Inn and Suites McAllen Convention Center are extensive and inviting. Relax in the innovatively laid out stylish rooms with all the amenities you've come to expect from La Quinta Inn and Suites. You're sure to remember your stay at La Quinta Inn and Suites McAllen Convention Center.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium alongside Danny Elizondo. I'm Jonah Goldberg. We go to the bottom of the third inning. UTRGV has a 4-1 lead over Buffalo. 3 in the first, 1 in the second. Buffalo got 1 back in the third. And there's ball 1. Tyler Torres squeezed in a run. Back in the first, and is now ahead of the count 2-0. UTRGV scored on an error, a squeeze, and a Lee single in that first inning. Senior singled in a run in the second, and then in the third, Buffalo got a run on a Milaro single. 3-0 on Torres, leading off the bottom of the third. 2 he deals. Ball 4. So leadoff man aboard for the second time today for UTRGV.
$15 walks on the season now for Torres. That ties him. Well, actually, no, it just puts him 1 behind Garcia, who also walked in this ballgame. But as a freshman, to have 15 walks at this point of the season, it's rather remarkable to see his approach at the plate and how mature it is.
Pitch a strike to Lee. It's hard as a freshman, you know. You feel like you need to get hits, you need to impress, and you know, to have the maturity to realize that I need to have good at bats and get on base. And that doesn't matter how I get on base, as long as I'm getting on base. And also understanding that if you wait for good pitches, not only will you draw walks, but you'll get more hits. That's that how to win awareness that Coach Mantrano is always looking for.
And you talked about how Buffalo's top 5 were, you know, they were getting on at a good rate. Entering the ball game, Torres' on base percentage was .440. That's him batting at the number 5 spot. So he's off to a pretty good start for his collegiate career.
Big rip and a miss, 2-2 on Lee. Freshman of the Year should be an interesting award in the WAC this year, and you know, we're deep enough. I think we can say Torres is going to be a candidate. Fly ball to center, out of the reach of thrower. Torres heads to third, on to second, moves Lee with a double.
Torres had to hold up just in case thrower caught that. He could return back to the bag, so he had to stop before touching second. And once the ball got past thrower, he went on to third, but that's as far as he could go. because he had to wait. Good heads-up base running, though, because if he catches that, he gets doubled up easily.
Yeah, with nobody out, no need to risk that.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Gomez at the plate. Ground out in the first. And Gomez looks at ball one. Torres at third. He drew a walk to start the inning on 4 pitches. Noah Lee's over at second. He just hit a double. Everybody at the UTRGV dugout on the top step.
Infield now in for Buffalo, trying to cut down the runner at third.
Ball 2 to Gomez. Chopper up the middle into center field, the base hit. Torres scores. Lee hangs on at third as the throw is cut off on the mound. It's an RBI single for Anthony Gomez, and UTRGV now leads 5-1.
Good at bat there by Gomez. Didn't have to do too much with it. He knew that if he could, put it in play, he most likely could get a run in, and he snuck it up the middle. Lee was rounding third. He looked like he was determined to score, but the stop sign from third base coach Jordan Banfield, so he slammed on the brakes and stayed put.
Victor Garcia Jr. digs in. He grounded out in the second. Chance to drive in a run without the benefit of a hit. Pretty much just needs to make contact. Play back looking for a double play with nobody out. Garcia shows bunt and takes ball 1.
It's interesting. The infield for Buffalo now retreats back to double play depth. So they're going to try to trade 2 outs for a run.
Tui deals. Bunted in the air. Caught by Tui. 1 away.
Victor Garcia Jr. not able to execute on the bunt there. Seen it a couple times where runner at third, batter at the plate drops down or attempts to drop down a bunt.
Chopper right side. Only gonna get 1 out here. Lee scores. Gomez to second. It's an RBI ground out for Conrad McMahon, and UTRGV now leads 6-1.
The RBI ground out just as good as a bunt there for UTRGV as McMahon gets the job done, gets the runner in from third with less than 2 outs. And that puts a runner in scoring position right now for Jose Garcia.
Jose Garcia's walked and singled today, scored both times. Raking ball strike. Had a 17-game on base streak snapped on Wednesday. Looking to start a new one today. And he already has started it. We'll actually look to start a new one tomorrow. It's
yeah.
need to do it in back-to-back games to have a streak. Pitch in the dirt. Brennan doesn't see it. And on to third goes Gomez. Swinging a foul tip at the plate by Garcia, 1-2. Gomez at third, 2 down in the third. 2 runs are in. UTRGV's lead has ballooned to 5. Buffalo bullpen is empty. Start of a 4-game series. Hard to go to the bullpen early in game 1. Swing and a miss. Garcia down fishing. First strikeout for Tui, that's your inning. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base at the end of 3. UTRGV leads 6-1. You're watching UTRGV Baseball on Spectrum Sports.
Who's not hooked on Church's seafood? Introducing new hand-breaded fish. Try 3 delicious pieces of our hand-breaded fish and 5 hush puppy biscuit bites for just $3.99. Church's. And like always, get a great deal for the whole family.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Buffalo Friday at 7, Saturday at 6, Sunday at noon, and Monday at 7. Get your tickets now at GoUTRGV.com.
Can I enter the kingdom of the 2 fairies?
You have to see the password.
Is it giggling goldfish?
No!
Smelly jelly?
Try again.
The password is Dad's coming in!
You work hard to protect what matters. That's why we're proactively advancing our security to develop strong authentication technologies that go beyond the password to protect your account.
Wait, what's the password?
Stinky feet.
Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium alongside Danny Elizondo. I'm Jonah Goldberg. We go to the top of the 4th, and UTRGV has a 6-1 lead over the University at Buffalo. Carter Johnson back to work against 5-6-7 in the Buffalo order. And the pitch misses low to Brian Dudek, who singled in the second. 1 of 4 hits for Buffalo today. 4 hits, 2 walks, 1 strikeout today. Off the end of the bat, a liner into left. Garcia makes the catch.
Next up for Buffalo, number 19, Jeff Talzewski.
First pitch misses inside to Balzuski, who lined into a double play in the second.
And going back to that play by Garcia, he made a similar play like that earlier in the week. That was featured by NCAA Baseball on Facebook.
One of the top plays of the week for UTRGV's all-world left fielder.
Home plate umpire Javier Cantu walks that ball halfway out to Johnson. I think that might have gotten Lee on the inner part of his leg. Looked like he was slow to react after that one.
And Lee thanks Cantu for the breather. Ready to go. Be a 2-0 as Johnson deals. Inside 3-0. You know, we call Garcia an all-world player, and deservedly so. There's no such thing as all-world. It's just adding extra emphasis. The award that he's looking for at the end of the year, All-American. Pitch a strike, 3-1. Last UTRGV All-American was Sam Street in 2013. Street has since gone on to pitch for the Pittsburgh Pirates organization. Ball 4, Pelzewski draws a 1-out walk. He got to pitch in big league camp this week, just a couple days ago.
Yeah, he was pitching against Baltimore. Came out of the bullpen, I believe it was in the 7th inning with, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong because those spring training box scores don't really tell you much, but I think the tying run was on, and in his only batter face, he struck him out to get the hold.
Pitch a strike to Brian Wasilewski, who grounded out in the 2nd. So happy for Street, you know. He was part of the Team Australia roster in the World Baseball Classic. Didn't get an opportunity to pitch as Australia was knocked out in the 1st round. An opportunity in big league camp to impress the Pirates brass. In the air to the right and foul. 0-2.
He had a nice season last year for Bradenton. I think an ERA of 2.23, if I'm not mistaken.
Pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully he gets promoted up that minor league ladder.
I'd imagine he would start at Double-A this year. He's dominated every level he's been at. As Wasilewski is down looking, 2 strikeouts for Johnson, 2 away in the 4th.
Johnson using that breaking ball here tonight to his advantage. Had a Wasilewski fooled right there for strike 3.
Here's Andrew Taft. He singled in the 3rd. Runner goes, pitches high. Throw it on to 2nd is not in time. Senior wanted the call. He has his palms up to the sky. Take another look.
The pitch was high. The throw was right there.
He's safe.
He was safe, but my thing was maybe he came up off the bag just a bit.
Well, that'd be a tough call to make, but safe at 2nd is Pelzewski with 2 outs. Base hit means a run for Buffalo. Half swing and a miss. 1-1 on Taft. Johnson taking too long, so Taft calls time and steps out. Johnson deals. Breaking ball, a strike, 1-2.
So we take another look at that stolen base. No, I think he might have stayed on all the way. I think Cena was just trying to sell it as much as he could.
Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts by Johnson. That's your inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, a man left. At the end of 3.5 innings of play, 6-1 UTRGV. You're watching UTRGV Baseball on Spectrum Sports.
This is the Acura of the RGV point of view.
Acura are cool, fast, and very safe.
At Acura of the RGV, we do things differently.
I'm glad you did that.
You can lease an Acura TLX for just $269 a month. Affordable luxury, the 2017 Acura TLX.
Acura of the RGV in San Juan.
San Juan, what a pretty name for a town. Acura of the RGV, we are not like the other guys.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Buffalo Friday at 7, Saturday at 6, Sunday at noon, and Monday at 7. Get your tickets now at GoUTRGV.com.
University Draft House. Civilized burgers for uncivilized appetites.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium alongside Danny Elizondo. I'm Jonah Goldberg. We go to the bottom of the fourth. UTRGV has a 6-1 lead over Buffalo. 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, and here in the fourth, Joseph Collazo lifts a fly ball to right. Tomasulo makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out. Here's Austin Senior. RBI single in the second. And there's ball 1. Breaking ball strike, 1-1. Time goal at the plate. Senior steps out.
First 2 times up for Senior. He was working the right side of the field. Let's see if he's still taking that approach here with nobody on.
Fouled off to the right. And the youth of the Rio Grande Valley goes racing for the baseball. Swing and a miss. Senior down swinging. 2 strikeouts now for Tui.
Breaking ball off the outside part of the play by Tui. Senior did all he could to try to get a piece of it to spoil that pitch, but just couldn't catch up with it.
Ivan Estrella digs in and takes ball 1. Fouled off to the right. Count levels off. Fouled off the top of the screen. See, the bases are clean with 2 out here in the 4th. UTRGV has scored in each of the first 3 innings, but a strike away from being held off the board here, and that's exactly what's going to happen as Tui flips to first for the out. A nice catch-up inning for Alex Tui. 3 up, 3 down. We're through 4, and UTRGV leads 6-1. You're watching UTRGV Baseball on Spectrum Sports.
Big things are happening at the one and only South Texas Buick GMC.
Thank you, Valley, for making us your #1 Buick and GMC sales leader in South Texas.
Continue to expect the best trade-in value plus the best customer service around.
Right now, take 25% off when you drive a 2017 GMC Canyon or a 2017 GMC Sierra 1500, including Sierra Denali.
South Texas Buick GMC.
Not the biggest, just the best.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Buffalo Friday at 7, Saturday at 6, Sunday at noon, and Monday at 7. Get your tickets now at goutrgv.com. Welcome to the La Quinta Inn and Suites in the heart of the beautiful McAllen Convention Center, where you're only moments away from the sights and sounds of the heart of the Rio Grande Valley's top entertainment and shopping destinations. The comforts of La Quinta Inn and Suites McAllen Convention Center are extensive and inviting. Relax in the innovatively laid out stylish rooms with all the amenities you've come to expect from La Quinta Inn and Suites. You're sure to remember your stay at La Quinta Inn and Suites McAllen Convention Center.
UTRGV Baseball is brought to you by Neighbors Emergency Center, with 29 locations in Texas, including 3 across the Rio Grande Valley. We're back at UTRGV Baseball Stadium. Alongside Danny Elizondo, I'm Jonah Goldberg. We go to the top of the 5th. UTRGV has a 6-1 lead over Buffalo. 9-1-2 in the Buffalo order against the right-hander Carter Johnson. 55 pitches, 34 strikes through 4. And there's ball 1. Johnson struck out final 2 hitters he faced in the 4th to give him 3 strikeouts for the ball game. Ball 2. Buffalo's had base runners every inning. They've stranded 4. Got their run in the 3rd on a single by Malaro. Now works to 3-0 on Tomasulo. Three and 1. Ball 4. Tomasulo aboard with a leadoff walk.
Next up for Buffalo, number 12, Alex Thrower.
It's the 4th walk allowed by Johnson tonight. In his previous outing against Lamar, he went 5 innings, allowing 5 walks. He's got to avoid that walk total, and that will cut into the length of his outing here tonight.
Pitch is low, ball 1 to Alex Thrower, who's been on base both times. Walked in the 1st, infield single, and a run scored in the 3rd. Johnson deals. There's a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Throw to first. And just back to the bag goes Tomasulo. Tomasulo 3 for 5 on the base paths this year. Another throw to first. And back to the bag goes Tomasulo. Swinging a ground ball to second. Senior flips to Estrella on to first. Another double play. That's 3 today for UTRGV.
Estrella at short. Already knew that thrower has some speed, so he had to get rid of it quickly. Nice relay up the middle. And those double plays really helping Johnson after those walks here tonight.
So here's Ben Hafner. Strikeout on a walk today. Johnson deals. Chopper down the first base line. Grabbed by Garcia. Steps on the bag. That's your inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. The end of 4.5 innings of play. We're halfway through it. UTRGV leads 6-1. You're watching UTRGV Baseball on Spectrum Sports.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Buffalo Friday at 7, Saturday at 6, Sunday at noon, and Monday at 7. Get your tickets now at GoUTRGV.com.
Who's not hooked on Church's seafood? Introducing new hand-breaded fish. Try 3 delicious pieces of our hand-breaded fish and 5 hush puppy biscuit bites for just $3.99. Church's. And like always, get a great deal for the whole family.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium alongside Danny Elizondo. I'm Jonah Goldberg. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 6-1, UTRGV leads Buffalo. 5-6-7 in the UTRGV order against right-hander Alex Tui. And the breaking ball, a strike on Tyler Torres, who squeezed home a run in the first, walked, and scored in the third. UTRGV all its runs over the first 3 innings. Swing and a miss, 0-2. In the first, Estrella hit a ground ball. It turned out to be an error, drove in a run. Torres squeezed home a run, and then Lee singled home a run. In the second, Senior singled home a run. 1-2. And then in the third, Gomez singled home a run, and McMahon grounded out to drive in a run. Buffalo got its run in the third on a single by Malaro. Starters the whole way for both these teams. Carter Johnson, Alex Tui. Chopper to short. Hafner makes the play. 1 away.
It was a high chopper for Torres. Hafner had to wait. He couldn't get it on that big hop. Strong throw across the diamond to get Torres for the first out of the inning.
Strike one to Noah Lee. 2 for 2, single, a double, an RBI, and a run scored. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Swing and a miss. Third strikeout for Tui, 2 away in the 5th.
Lee going down on 3 pitches. Very aggressive there. Took a strike and then 2 swings right away and he's at bat. Maybe they saw something from Tui.
Strike to Anthony Gomez. Gomez 1 for 2. Drove in a run with a single in the 3rd. Misses low. 1-1 the count. Strike on the outer corner. 1-2. See our old buddy Scott Mercer sitting behind the plate today. Played third base here the last 2 years. 1-2. Strike 3. Gomez down, looking back-to-back strikeouts by Tui to end the inning. He's retired. 9 straight. 5 in the books. UTRGV leads 6-1. You're watching UTRGV Baseball on Spectrum Sports.
The white lines keep time for you, like road signs. My words are true. They bring me slowly back.
I missed you.
Did you bring new ones?
You work hard for more than just you.
You went to Montana.
Working together, we'll help you save for her future geology degree. Wells Fargo.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Buffalo Friday at 7, Saturday at 6, Sunday at noon, and Monday at 7. Get your tickets now at GoUTRGV.com.
Big things are happening at the one and only South Texas Buick GMC.
Thank you, Valley, for making us your #1 Buick and GMC sales leader in South Texas.
Continue to expect the best trade-in value plus the best customer service around.
Right now, take 25% off when you drive a 2017 GMC Canyon or a 2017 GMC Sierra 1500, including Sierra Denali.
South Texas Buick GMC.
Not the biggest, just the best.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium. Alongside Danny Elizondo, I am Jonah Goldberg. You go to the top of the 6th. UTRGV has a 6-1 lead over Buffalo. 3-4-5 in the Buffalo order against right-hander Carter Johnson. 64 pitches, 38 strikes through 5. Rennie Milaro leads it off, 1 for 2. Drove in a run with a single in the 3rd. That's the lone Buffalo run today. First pitch, strike on the inside corner. Pitch misses outside, 1-1. Foul tip to the plate, 1-2.
Looks like the foul ball got Lee in that right hand. And as a catcher, you have to try to keep that right hand behind your back as long as possible. It's just a natural motion to, when you're about to catch it, to bring that hand front to get the ball back to the pitcher. And with the foul ball, it just tipped his fingertips, and home plate umpire Javier Cantu was nice enough to deliver that baseball to Johnson.
Big rip and a miss. 4 strikeouts for Carter Johnson. 1 away in the 6th.
This time it was a fastball from Johnson right on the outside corner. Malero was looking for the breaking ball, but before he realized it was the fastball, it was too late for him.
Pitch bounces away. Ball 1 to Kyle Brennan, who's grounded out twice today. Little grounder down third baseline, foul, 1-1.
That was good hustle there by Lee behind the plate. You know, even being behind the plate a lot, that one was a slow chopper up that third base line. He hustled up the line to make sure it stayed foul. Usually, a catcher would let it go and allow the third baseman to come down to field that.
The 1-1. This is low and outside, 2-1. Pitch is lined down third base line, a fair ball, base hit toward the corner. Brennan round first, head for second, as Garcia throws the arms up, as it looks like the ball is trapped. Then he picks it up and throws to third, and that allows a triple.
Garcia was waving his hands in the air. Third base umpire Hugo Cruz went out there to see it, and I'm guessing he told Garcia that it was still live. I'm not sure where that got caught, probably in the tarp. So he throws his hands up, and I'm guessing Hugo Cruz told him it's playable. He picked it up and threw it in.
Maybe. He may have been worried that they weren't going to say that it was a ground rule double and that he should play it. You know, I saw a similar play happen in the College World Series last year. Happened to Rice. Pitch high and outside to Brian Dudek. Our ball got caught in the tarp, and it was down the right field line. I think it was at LSU. It might have been the Super Regional round. But regardless of what round it was, as Lee goes out to talk with Johnson, the right fielder threw his arms up, and as the umpire was running down, I guess he got worried that they weren't going to call it, and meanwhile the bases were loaded and they were cleaning them up. So he started trying to get the baseball, and he was just diving forward into the tarp, and because he went for it, it ended up being an inside the park grand slam. Back to baseball. Ball 2 to Dudek. It's 1 for 2 today.
Now, wouldn't that fall on the umpire, though? Doesn't he have to make a call? I mean, if the player throws his hands up because it goes, like
well,
if it's a ground rule double, throws his hands up.
Well, until you can get to the ball, because that's the problem. I mean, you know, the umpire has to get down there to determine. And, you know, like in this case, you know, we don't know if Cruz said anything or not, or if he just wasn't close enough to the play yet and Garcia got worried and threw it in. We don't know. But what we do, but in that play, in that case, after he threw up his arms in that Rice game, he started just going for it immediately. And he didn't give the umpire a chance to get down there, and that's why they ended up calling it the inside the park grand slam when, when you look at it on replay, it probably would have been called a ground rule double. But instead, it turned out to be a lot more. And that, if I remember correctly, that was the last of the runs LSU scored in that game, and they won by, I think they won by 1 or 2.
It's a tough play for the left fielder in this situation. If you
what do you do?
If you leave it there and you allow the third base umpire to go all the way down, and then he says, oh, it's playable, it's already an inside the park home run.
Yep.
But if you don't allow him to get it, and you get the ball out, in this case it turned into a triple.
Well, in this case, Garcia didn't seem to have much trouble getting it out. So, whether or not he should have thrown the arms up in the first place, I don't know, because I couldn't see where it was from here, and that's a tough angle. There's a strike going too. But you're right. No, that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no going back on that. And that came up in a game last year, didn't it?
In center field?
Yeah, not here. I'm trying to remember where. Somebody let a ball sit underneath, like there was a little opening below a center field wall.
In Wrigley?
Is that where it was?
I think so.
Because I remember it turned into an inside the park home run.
I think it was the Astros, wasn't it?
Pitch, ground, and foul to the right. Maybe.
I think so.
Was it spring training? I think it was.
It might have been. I think it was. I'm trying to remember who it was against.
So it wouldn't have been at Wrigley. It would have been at spring training park.
Yeah.
But yeah, I vaguely remember that.
Mm-hmm.
The guy put up his arms, then the umpire came over and just grabbed the ball and said no. That was playable. Pitch is high and outside, 1 and 2, so it ended up being an inside the park home run. But of course, had he gone for it, that determination would have never been made. But in that case, since they determined it was playable, the prudent move would have been to go for it.
I think it was A.J. Reed who had that inside the park home run.
Throw to first and back to the bag goes Dudek.
Because if you're if you're the fielder, and you believe wholeheartedly that the ball is stuck in there, and then the umpire determines that it wasn't, you just gave up an inside the park home run, as that one's coming our way.
Oh, landed right in front of us.
Yeah, went off the wall right below us, back into the seats.
Closest call we've had in a while.
Yeah, I was looking for that, hop into the booth, but no luck.
Count 2 and 2. Time call at the plate. Brennan at third, Dudek at first. 1 out. We're in the 6th. UTRGV up 6-1. Buffalo trying to get at least one or a few back. Runner from first goes. They throw through high. Runner from third hangs on. And safe at second is Dudek. Count goes full on Palzewski.
Well, that takes the double play out of order here. As Carter Johnson was looking for the team's fourth, as the throw was a bit high.
Strike three. Olszewski down looking. He thought he had ball four. A big time for a strikeout.
That curveball again from Johnson had Olszewski buckling right on the inside edge.
So now it takes a hit as Brian Wasilewski digs in. A ground out and a strikeout today. Pitch upstairs.
Time called as Coach Mantrana heads to the mound. Johnson looked like he's missing wide now. 86 pitches on the night. When the game is over, the coverage continues at our website, goutrgv.com. You can check out recaps, previews, highlights, feature stories, and so much more. And all you have to do is log on to goutrgv.com. Coach Mantrana's quick mound visit. Johnson and Lee get ready to go here. First base is open, but 2 away. Johnson doesn't want to load him up for Andrew Taft, who's on deck.
Big swing and a miss. 2-1. Runner at third, Brennan, the runner at second, Dudek 2 down in the 6th. Johnson deals, swing and a miss, 2-2. And suddenly Johnson's a strike away. Swing and a miss. Johnson strikes out the side in the 6th. No runs, a hit, no errors, 2 left. At the end of 5.5 innings of play, 6-1 UTRGV. You're watching UTRGV Baseball on Spectrum Sports.
A good neighbor is more than an acquaintance. A good neighbor is more than a friend.
A good neighbor is welcoming and makes you feel like family.
Helpful, kind, caring, supportive. In an emergency, you can count on your neighbors.
Day or night. At Neighbors Emergency Center.
Your doctors.
Your neighbors.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Buffalo Friday at 7, Saturday at 6, Sunday at noon, and Monday at 7. Get your tickets now at goutrgv.com.
University Draft House. Civilized burgers for uncivilized appetites.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium alongside Danny Elizondo. I'm Jonah Goldberg. See, the fans got green UTRGV t-shirts, at least the first 200 did, in honor of St. Patrick's Day. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. UTRGV up 6-1 as Victor Garcia Jr. takes a big hack and a miss at an Alex Tui offering. Garcia's 0 for 2 today. Tui has really settled down. He's retired the last 9 men he's faced. Until now, a liner to right field for a base hit. After giving up 6 runs, 4 earned over the first 3 innings.
A good swing by Victor Garcia Jr. A lot more on a level plane right there as he rips that one into right field for a base hit. If he can keep that same bat angle, he could really get something going. Hopefully he can get into a groove himself.
Ball 1 to Conrad McMahon. 1 for 2. He drove in a run with a ground out in the 3rd. Breaking ball strike on the inside corner, 1-1. Garcia leads from first. Buffalo bullpen is busy for the first time today. Pitch in the dirt. And the count is 2-1. Right-hander Greg Dunham up and throwing for Buffalo. High and outside, 3-1. Tui deals. Low, ball 4. He walked him. 2 on with nobody out to start the 6th. And here comes Coach Steve Ziroli, rather.
Just an opportunity for the bullpen to try to get warm here. Want to show your support for UTRGV in style? Then log on to UTRGVgear.com today to choose from a large variety of clothing for adults and children, including infants and toddlers. You can even get something for your pet, or how about some drinkware, a watch, or a duffel bag. It's all there and so much more. Now through March 22nd, you can save 10% off of all sweatshirts. So log on to UTRGVgear.com to get your UTRGV gear right now.
Conversation comes to an end. Ziroli back to the dugout. Everybody back to their positions. Garcia at second, McMahon at first. Nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. The UTRGV already up 6-1. Here's Jose Garcia, who's been on base twice. A walk and a single. He's scored twice. Liner between third and short, grabbed by Hafner, and he's able to get the lead runner.
It's a long run for Hafner into the hole. Makes a stop. The only play he had was right in front of him at third. There's no way he gets Garcia on that. It's a fielder's choice for Garcia, and Victor Garcia is out on the play.
So first and second, 1 out now for Joseph Collazo, who's 1 for 3 today with a run scored. Breaking ball, strike. One and one now, Collazo. Dewey deals. Line foul to the left. Pitch is low, 2-2. Two on with 1 out in the 6th. Dewey deals. Check his swing. Did he go? Yep. So they punch out Collazo, and that's 5 strikeouts now for Dewey.
Collazo a bit frustrated with himself as he chased on that breaking ball. From up here, from that angle, it looks like he went through as well. So 2 down now in the inning.
Ball 1. Throw down to first, and sliding back in safely is Garcia. Two and one now on Senior. McMahon at second, Garcia at first, with 2 down, and suddenly the count 2-2 on Senior.
Dewey working that inside corner with a breaking ball. And Senior's seen it as a ball, not nibbling on it. Getting a couple of strikes now. He wants a discussion from Javier Cantu about the previous 2 pitches, so he can be aware of it now with 2 strikes.
Breaking ball popped foul to the right. And caught on the fly by a fan. Big round of applause.
No glove, right?
No glove.
Nice.
It's right into her palms. Foul tipped at the plate. Yeah, take another look at this. Right into her hands. Perfect placement.
Usually you see fans run away from something like that. She held her ground right there.
Full count now on Senior. Runners go, and the pitch is fouled off to the right. The next pitch of this at bat will be number 9. Runners both go, and the pitch is line caught by Balzewski at third. He robbed Senior of a run-scoring hit. That's your inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, 2 left. At the end of 6 innings of play, 6-1 UTRGV. You're watching UTRGV Baseball on Spectrum Sports.
Welcome to the La Quinta Inn & Suites in the heart of the beautiful McAllen Convention Center, where you're only moments away from the sights and sounds of the heart of the Rio Grande Valley's top entertainment and shopping destinations. The comforts of La Quinta Inn & Suites McAllen Convention Center are extensive and inviting. Relax in the innovatively laid out stylish rooms with all the amenities you've come to expect from La Quinta Inn & Suites. You're sure to remember your stay at La Quinta Inn & Suites McAllen Convention Center. UTRGV Baseball hosts Buffalo Friday at 7, Saturday at 6, Sunday at noon, and Monday at 7. Get your tickets now at goutrgv.com.
The white lines keep time for you. Like road signs, my words are true. They bring me slowly back.
I missed you.
Did you bring new ones?
You work hard for more than just you.
You went to Montana.
I did.
Working together, we'll help you save for her future geology degree. Wells Fargo.
UTRGV Baseball is brought to you by Neighbors Emergency Center. With 29 locations in Texas, including 3 across the Rio Grande Valley. Well, there's just a trainer visit to the mound while Carter Johnson was warming up. Head trainer Jim Lancaster and head coach Manny Mantrana went out to check on him. I didn't see what happened.
I didn't see it either. Jim Lancaster went out, and on his way back, he was trying to show Coach Mantrana where I think he was looking for Johnson. It might have been the lower left back area. And I think home plate umpire Javier Cantu was explaining to the head coach for Buffalo and Ron Torgalski that I don't think that was a mound visit. I think that was just an injury visit.
Yeah.
The bullpen is working now for UTRGV. It's Austin Douglas warming up.
Leading off for Buffalo, number 36, Andrew Taft.
Andrew Tapp leads it off. Single on a strikeout today. Over the head. Johnson kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Well, one thing's for sure, Taft will not be comfortable. He will not dig in. Breaking ball strike, 1-2. Swing and a miss. Taft tied up. 7 strikeouts for Carter Johnson, including the last 4 outs he's recorded.
Trying to see if anything looked different from Johnson there after that visit by the training staff. He looked to be the same.
Ball 1 to Philip Tomasulo. He was hit into a double play and walked today. Liner in the left center gap. That's a base hit. Tomasulo around first. He hangs on there as McMahon comes up throwing.
Next up, number 12, Alex Thrower.
This time the breaking ball didn't have that much break on it. Left hanging by Johnson. Tomasulo just rips it into center field.
Throw to first, and diving back to the bag is Thrower, or rather Tomasulo. Thrower's at the plate. Runner goes, pitch a strike, throw to seconds in plenty of time. They got him.
Lee with a good throw. Estrella with the quick tag as well.
Chopper to first, and in the hole into right field, a base hit. Seeing eye single for Alex Thrower. He's been on base 3 times today.
Johnson now getting close to 100 pitches here tonight.
There's ball 1 to Ben Hafner, who's 0 for 2 with a walk today. Austin Douglas, who was up in the bullpen earlier, nobody's up right now, hasn't pitched since Saturday. He's one of the freshest arms. Pitch a strike, 1-1. So if you get Johnson through 7, and then those last 2 innings, some combination of Johnson and Douglas, Pretty good shape for your bullpen, which was taxed during the week with 4 games from Monday through Wednesday.
We asked Johnson to go deep into this one. He's already 6+ now. If he can get this final out, 7 strong innings on just that 1 run. Another quality start for Carter Johnson.
The right-hander deals. Line drive between first and second into right field, the base hit. He's given up 3 straight singles. The only reason a run hasn't scored is because Tomasula was caught stealing.
Next up, the Buffalo number 28, Vinny Malaro. Malaro.
Coach Mantrana is walking out to the mound for a visit. The entire infield coming around.
Want to get rewarded just for your social media interaction with UTRGV Athletics? Get bonus points for checking in at home events? Now you can. Download the VFan Rewards app powered by Legends Edinburgh today. It's a free download and you can earn points to win prizes such as backpacks, hats, shirts, water bottles, and more. Need more information? Log on to vfanrewards.com, and if you're looking for a great new apartment near campus, make sure you check out legendsedinburgh.com.
Well, Austin Douglas was done warming up. He was actually already in the dugout. So pitching change. We'll be back. You're watching UTRGV Baseball on Spectrum Sports.
This is the Acura of the RGV point of view.
Acura are cool, fast, and very safe.
At Acura of the RGV, we do things differently.
I'm glad you did that.
You can lease an Acura TLX for just $269 a month. Affordable luxury, the 2017 Acura TLX.
Acura of the RGV in San Juan.
San Juan, what a pretty name for a town. Acura of the RGV, we are not like the other guys.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Buffalo Friday at 7, Saturday at 6, Sunday at noon, and Monday at 7. Get your tickets now at GoUTRGV.com.
Can I enter the kingdom of the 2 fairies?
You have to see the password.
Is it giggling goldfish?
No!
Smelly jelly?
Try again.
The password is Dad's coming in!
You work hard to protect what matters. That's why we're proactively advancing our security to develop strong authentication technologies that go beyond the password to protect your account.
Wait, what's the password?
Stinky feet.
Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium alongside Danny Elizondo. I'm Jonah Goldberg. UTRGV has a 6-1 lead. Austin Douglas takes over in relief. You see the numbers. More strikeouts than innings pitched, a hit per inning. 4-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. All the rate statistics are good. The ERA is pretty good, a 2-0 record. Austin Douglas has done a nice job out of the bullpen. Of his 6 outings, 4 of them have been scoreless. Vinny Malaro digs in. He's got the lone RBI for Buffalo today, trying to at least double his total as he fouls off the first offering from Douglas. Malaro's 1 for 3. Douglas gave up 3 runs in 2 1/3 innings of relief against Lamar on March 5th, and then 2 days later gave up 1 earned in 3 1/3 at Texas A&M. And that's it. Otherwise, he has scoreless outings against Texas Southern, Prairie View A&M, Houston, and Texas A&M Corpus Christi. I think a ball got loose on the field, so Gomez had to run over and collect it. We have those grassy areas next to the stands where kids can play catch with foul balls they've caught. Douglas looks towards second and deals. Swing and a miss. Pumped a fastball by him, 0-2.
So Douglas comes in, warms up, throwing nothing but heaters. First pitch to Malaro, the breaking ball, fouls it off. So now Malaro is sitting for the breaking ball, and then he pumps the heater right by him.
0-2. Swinging a little number towards short. Estrella makes the diving catch. And that's your inning. No runs, 3 hits, no errors. They leave 2 at the end of 6.5 innings of play. Get up and stretch like Estrella. UTRGV leads 6-1. You're watching UTRGV Baseball on Spectrum Sports.
Big things are happening at the one and only South Texas Buick GMC.
Thank you, Valley, for making us your #1 Buick and GMC sales leader in South Texas.
Continue to expect the best trade-in value plus the best customer service around.
Right now, take 25% off when you drive a 2017 GMC Canyon or a 2017 GMC Sierra 1500, including Sierra Denali.
South Texas Buick GMC.
Not the biggest,
Just the best.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Buffalo Friday at 7, Saturday at 6, Sunday at noon, and Monday at 7. Get your tickets now at GoUTRGV.com.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium with Danny Elizondo. I'm Jonah Goldberg, bottom of the 7th. UTRGV leads Buffalo 6-1 and a new pitcher on the mound for Buffalo. It's the right-hander Greg Dunham getting loose for UB. And you take a look at his numbers. About a hit per inning. Same amount of strikeouts as walks. This is his 4th appearance. Freshman from Salem, Ohio. Comes in relief of Alex Tui, who went the first 6, gave up 6 runs, 4 earned all over the first 3 innings. On 8 hits and 3 walks while striking out 5. After 104 pitches, 63 strikes. In line for the loss would fall to 3-2. Four, 5, 6 in the UTRGV order against Dunham. Ivan Estrella leads it off. How often do you see a guy make a fantastic defensive play and then lead off the inning? And Dunham can't make the play.
This is the reason why you always run out everything. Slow chopper. Looked up before he even had the ball, and then he just couldn't locate the ball, and Estrella just kept running up that first base line. Always important to run everything out no matter what.
I think it hit off the lip of his glove. And so the leadoff man aboard. Here's Tyler Torres, who drove in a run with a squeeze, walked and scored over the first 3 innings. The pitch is fouled off to the right. Dunham deals. Low and inside, 1-1. Fouled off to the right. 1-2 the count. Those kids weren't going for that foul ball. It's too far away from them. They're over by the dugout.
Long run for them.
Plenty of other kids chasing after it, though. Pitch is low. 2-2 on Torres. Grounded foul to the left. Full count, or rather still 2-2. Pitch misses low. Full count. Throw to first. Diving back to the bag goes Estrella. Liner into right field. It's a base hit. On the second moves Estrella. On the single by Torres.
Another nice at bat by Tyler Torres. He got that previous pitch off the outside edge, and this time he was waiting for it. He just pokes it the other way.
So 2 on with nobody out, and here comes Noah Lee, already 2 for 3 today. Average up to 271 up to the moment. Single, a double, an RBI, a run scored. High and tight, and the throw to second. They got him! Too far off the bag was Estrella. Well, Buffalo did everything right on that play.
Bunt attempt, pulled it back. The throw down to second. Estrella was trying to get an extra step or two, just in case the bunt was dropped. Hafner was blocking the bag pretty nicely as well as the throw came in.
And it started with throwing up and in on Lee. You knew he was going to bunt. You know, they say if you know somebody's going to bunt, throw it in his ear. Throw to first. Torres is back to the bag, and that's exactly what Buffalo did. Bunt is off, and Lee takes a big hack. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Runner from first, Torres with 1 down. Dunham deals. Low, 2-2. Pitch is lined into right center field and caught by a diving thrower. Well, I tell you, Buffalo's played some defense today.
A nice play by thrower going to his left. That ball was tailing away from him, going towards that right center gap, and he has to go into a half slide, half dive to make that play. He doesn't make the catch. That's another run for UTRGV.
Here's a strike to Anthony Gomez. Lee now 2 for 4. Dunham deals. Strike 0-2. Runner goes, pitch is low, throw to second is in time, they got him. And that's your inning. No runs, a hit, an error, and nobody left. At the end of 7 innings of play, 6-1 UTRGV. You're watching UTRGV Baseball on Spectrum Sports.
University Draft House. Civilized burgers for uncivilized appetites.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Buffalo Friday at 7, Saturday at 6, Sunday at noon, and Monday at 7. Get your tickets now at goutrgv.com.
A good neighbor is more than an acquaintance. A good neighbor is more than a friend.
A good neighbor is welcoming and makes you feel like family.
Helpful, kind, caring, supportive. In an emergency, you can count on your neighbors.
Day or night. At Neighbors Emergency Center.
Your doctors.
Your neighbors.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium. Alongside Danny Elizondo, I'm Jonah Goldberg. We go to the top of the 8th. UTRGV has a 6-1 lead. 4-5-6 in the Buffalo order against right-hander Austin Douglas, who got Vinny Malaro to line out to escape a jam in the 7th. First pitch is fouled off by Kyle Brennan, who tripled in the 6th. Carter Johnson's line, 6 2/3, a run on 8 hits and 5 walks. He struck out 7 through 102 pitches, 59 for strikes, in line for the win. Would improve to 4-1.
Johnson continues to go out there. Even if he not at his best, he continues to battle for Coach Matrana. The walk's an issue, but you know he keeps him in the ballgame. That's what you want your Friday night guy to do.
Douglas looks for the sign. Kicks and delivers. Fouled off to the right. 0-2. One and 2 now on Brennan. Chopper right side. Cena to his left. Gobbles it up and throws to first for the out. One away in the 8th.
Cena making a nice play right there. Showing off his range, and he knew he had plenty of time, so he set his feet to make that throw. Sometimes if you continue to throw on the run, you can, pull it a little bit, which can force an error.
Ball 1 to Brian Dudek, who singled and walked today. Pitch a strike, 1-1. Line foul to the left. Brings the count to 1-2. Outside, 2-2. UTRG 5 outs away from winning its 3rd straight game. Trying to improve to 13-7 on the season, including a 13-4 mark at home. Pitch misses low, full count. Here in the series opener between UTRGV and Buffalo, game 1 of a 4-game series. Will play again Saturday at 6, Sunday at 12, and Monday at 7. Today's game are on the main Spectrum Sports Channel 323. Sunday and Monday also on 323. Tomorrow is over on the alternate channel 825. Pitch is outside for ball 4. Dudek draws a 1-out walk.
Next up, number 19, Jeff
Dudek has reached 3 times tonight. Single back in that second. A couple of walks. And added a stolen base.
Douglas steals. Strike. 0-1 on Jeff Pazuski. 0 for 2 with a walk today. UTRGV bullpen is quiet. They'll hope that Douglas can get through the 8th and perhaps even the 9th. Pitch. It's off of Lee and goes to the backstop. And on to second moves Dudek.
Looked like he got Lee in the goal.
Oh, it hit the umpire.
And the umpire. Without looking at that replay, initially I thought it just hit Lee in the mask, but it got home plate umpire Javier Cantu right in the mask as well.
Pitch a strike, 1-2 on Pelzuski. Douglas steals, breaking ball hit him. Wait a minute. So, are they saying that he leaned into the pitch?
He said no attempt whatsoever. So I'm guessing he made no attempt to get out of the way of that one.
Well, he didn't, but how many batters do? I mean, he's right. That is the rule. I mean,
Now-
the replay clearly showed he didn't move.
Yeah, now the coach is trying to explain that, you know, he ducked in. That's what most hitters do.
Yeah, he didn't move. He didn't move a muscle. Yeah, he didn't turn in. You're right, though. Most hitters do that.
That's trying to at least avoid the hit. Now, if you get hit anyway, I mean, you know, you show attempt to get out of the way.
Yeah, Coach Torgalski is trying to say that Pazuski did the turn, but he didn't. Oh, well, that's happening. Coach Ventrana heads out to the mound for a talk with Douglas and Lee.
Attention kids, ages 13 and under, do you want free admission to UTRGV basketball, baseball, soccer, and volleyball games? How about a free t-shirt or a personalized birthday card from your favorite UTRGV team? That and so much more awaits members of the UTRGV Athletics Kids Club. So go get mom or dad and ask them to help you join the club by visiting utrgvnation.com/kidsclub.
My daughter's a member. She's not even 9 months old yet. Got her really tiny t-shirt the other day. Looking forward to her birthday card, personalized from her favorite team. I'll have to ask her.
It's tough to choose.
It's not my choice. Maybe I'll lay out pictures of all the different teams on the floor and see which one she gravitates to. So that hit him. I got him in the head, and I just heard an F-bomb being dropped. And Javier Cantu is pointing toward the dugout. Definitely jawing there. Ooh.
Even Pazuski had a couple of words for home plate umpire Javier Cantu as he walked up that first base line.
So he ends up getting plunked anyway. Although I'd imagine this one would hurt more. I guess that four-letter word we heard, we don't actually know if it was directed at Cantu because if he had been on base in the first place, you know, then he wouldn't have been plunked in the head, or if it was directed toward the mound. Either way, that's not something that should be heard on a college baseball field. Swing and a miss by Wasilewski, who's 0 for 3 with a couple strikeouts today. Noah Lee heads out for a talk with Douglas. Douglas in his first season as a pitcher. He's a senior, but he came to UTRGV as a catcher. Started the conversion process midway through last year. Didn't get much work in game action at least. Pitched a bit over the summer, that helped. Still a role that he's adapting to, though. 2 on with 1 out. There's a strike 0-2.
And you can see that Douglas is continuing to get more and more comfortable on the mound. Even trusting that breaking ball a little bit more as well.
Upstairs 1-2. Late time called. As Wasilewski steps out. Pitch fouled off the screen. We'll do it again. Douglas deals. Swinging a high fly ball left field. Toward the line goes Garcia, and he makes the catch for out number 2.
Some motion in the bullpen for Buffalo.
Chris Miranda, another freshman, doing a little stretching.
There is somebody throwing, though. I think that camera angle only showed us one pitcher in there.
Yeah, there's a submariner warming up. Andrew Taft digs in, 1 for 3, singled in the third, couple of strikeouts since. It's a ground ball hard to first, past the diving Garcia into right field. Round third, headed home is Dudek. The throw coming in is in time! They got him! Great block by Noah Lee. Great throw by Anthony Gomez. Lee is fired up, and the inning is over. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors. They leave 2. At the end of 7.5 innings of play, UTRGV leads 6-1, and that's why you're watching UTRGV Baseball on Spectrum Sports.
Welcome to the La Quinta Inn and Suites in the heart of the beautiful McAllen Convention Center, where you're only moments away from the sights and sounds of the heart of the Rio Grande Valley's top entertainment and shopping destinations. The comforts of La Quinta Inn and Suites McAllen Convention Center are extensive and inviting. Relax in the innovatively laid out stylish rooms with all the amenities you've come to expect from La Quinta Inn and Suites. You're sure to remember your stay at La Quinta Inn and Suites McAllen Convention Center. UTRGV Baseball hosts Buffalo Friday at 7, Saturday at 6, Sunday at noon, and Monday at 7. Get your tickets now at goutrgv.com.
This is the Acura of the RGV point of view.
Acura are cool, fast, and very safe.
At Acura of the RGV, we do things differently.
I'm glad you did that.
You can lease an Acura TLX for just $269 a month. Affordable luxury, the 2017 Acura TLX.
Acura of the RGV in San Juan.
San Juan, what a pretty name for a town. Acura of the RGV, we are not like the other guys.
Take a look at the way the last inning came to an end. With runners at first and second and 2 down, looked like Buffalo was going to score, but Anthony Gomez and Noah Lee said, I don't think so. Noah Lee with an expert block of the plate on a perfect throw from Anthony Gomez.
We've seen him test that arm from short and third a lot, but I didn't expect to throw like that. He had a pretty strong arm in right field.
Caleb Kish, the sidewinder, warming up for Buffalo. You see the numbers. 9 base runners and 2 1/3. Comes from a very low arm slot. He replaces Greg Dunham, who went a scoreless inning, allowed 1 hit along the way, 16 pitches, 8 strikes. So Anthony Gomez leads off the inning now after making that great defensive play. Gomez was batting when Tyler Torres was caught stealing to end the 7th. Gomez is 1 for 3, an RBI single in the 3rd. Pitch bounces up there. There's a strike, 1-1. Third pitcher of the day for Buffalo. Gish deals. Fisted over third, but caught by Hafner from short for the first out of the 8th.
For UTRGV, number 17, Victor Garcia Jr.
Victor Garcia Jr. digs in, 1 for 3 today. He singled in the 6th. And there's strike 1. First career outfield assist for Anthony Gomez. Only been in the outfield a few games now after transitioning in season.
Well, that's got to be a confidence booster for him, but it also adds some confidence for Coach Matrana in Gomez in right.
I remember they were working him out at third base. So they figured he'd be a backup at a couple infield positions maybe. Was swinging a good bat. So they wanted a way to get him in the lineup. And then Casey Danley got hurt in the 3rd game of the year. So they decided to transition Gomez to right field to give UTRGV an extra outfield option. Pitch is popped foul to the right toward the Buffalo dugout. And it lands just to the right of the dugout. 0-2. And Chris Castillo went down a couple days ago. Gomez was already playing some right field, but now really getting a chance to play. And, you know, he's hitting and he's defending. It's been a very smooth transition. Lined foul to the left. Still 0-2.
And a lot of these student athletes, they're just, you know, straight athletes. They can play every position. You know, you've seen Jose Garcia, left, catcher. Could probably play infield if I'm not mistaken.
Swing and a miss. Garcia down swinging, 2 away.
Senior could play third. Estrella, who can play second and short as well. So that one was on the inner half of the plate. Straight heater from Kish. And Gomez just another example. You can play short, can play third, play right. I think did they have him at center field one time at one moment of this season, if I'm not mistaken?
Gomez?
Yeah. No? Or I'm thinking somebody else.
I don't remember that. I think I just remember Castillo and McMahon in center. But there is a way of finding that out. We go to the best game notes in the WAC. Really in the NCAA. Not to toot my own horn, but but beep beep. Are you thinking of maybe Lucas Jensen? Did he play center? McMahon started 16 games in center. Castillo started the other 3 games in center this year.
Are those as starters?
Yeah, those are starters. Shouldn't have tooted my own horn. I don't have the relief statistics for position players. So if somebody came into the game and played an inning in center, I might not have that. because it just says outfielder. It doesn't say what position. Lined into center field, and Connor McMahon on for the third time today.
McMahon doing a good job there of sitting back on that breaking ball from Kish. With the sidewinder, you know, the ball could come at a different angle, looks different to a hitter, and he sat on it nicely to get a 2-out base knock.
So 1 on, 2 down, and here's Jose Garcia. He's been on base twice with a walk and a single. He scored twice. And there's ball 1. Pitch low and inside. 2-0. Three and 0 on Garcia. Runner goes. Pitch is low. No throw because it's ball 4. So Garcia is aboard for the third time today.
Next up, number 2, Joseph Coliazo.
Garcia showing some patience at the plate. You know, the last couple of games he's been struggling to get base hits, even though he has gotten on base. You know, he wants to get back into that groove, trying to get some hits and string them together. But give him credit for being patient at the plate.
Strike 1 to Joseph Collazo, who's 1 for 4 today. One and 1 the count. Pitch low and outside. 2 and 1. Runner at second, McMahon. The runner at first, Garcia. Good speed on the base paths. As Kish comes set and delivers. Breaking ball low, 3 and 1. The Austin Senior waiting on deck. As Collazo gets in a practice swing. Runners both go, and that's ball 4. They're loaded up. McMahon to third, Garcia on at second, Collazo at first. After 2 quick outs by Kish, single and 2 walks load them up for Austin Senior.
Time called on the mound as Steve Zeroli heads out to have a word with Kish. We want to help prepare our student athletes for excellence in life, then it's time to become a part of something bigger and support V Nation by joining the V Club. You can become a member of the V Club for just $100 a year. All the proceeds go directly to student athlete scholarships, so visit goutrgv.com today to see how you can make a meaningful impact on the lives of student athletes.
Senior digs in and looks at ball one. Senior 1 for 4, an RBI single in the second. There's a strike, 1-1. Striking the knees, 1-2. Runner at third, McMahon. The runner at second, Garcia. Runner at first, Collazo. Plenty of speed on the base paths. Kish deals. Fouled back. We'll do it again. Outside, 2-2 on Senior. Base hit means 2 for UTRGV. An extra base hit could mean 3. With McMahon, Garcia, and Collazo left to right on the base hits. 2-2. Outside, 3-2. So you can start the carousel. The runners will all be off with the pitch. McMahon from third, Garcia from second, Collazo from first. 2 down in the bottom of the 8th. UTRGV already up 6-1 and threatening to put this game away here in the 8th. Gish deals. High ball 4. He walked him and forced in a run. So McMahon scores. Garcia to third, Collazo to second. 3 straight walks by Kish. This one gives Senior an RBI. And UTRGV now leads 7-1. And Ron Torgalski on his way to the mound. He takes the baseball, and we have a pitching change. We'll tell you about it when we come back. 2 outs in the 8th. UTRGV up 6. You're watching UTRGV Baseball on Spectrum Sports.
Who's not hooked on Church's seafood? Introducing new hand-breaded fish. Try 3 delicious pieces of our hand-breaded fish and 5 Hush Puppy biscuit bites for just $3.99. Church's. And like always, get a great deal for the whole family.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Buffalo Friday at 7, Saturday at 6, Sunday at noon, and Monday at 7. Get your tickets now at goutrgv.com.
The white lines keep time for you. Like road signs, my words are true. They bring me slowly back.
I missed you.
Did you bring new ones?
You work hard for more than just you.
You went to Montana.
I did.
Working together, we'll help you save for her future geology degree. Wells Fargo.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium alongside Danny Elizondo. I'm Jonah Goldberg. Bottom of the 8th, bases loaded, 2 down, a run in, 7-1 UTRGV. Caleb Kish is out, Chris Miranda into the ball game, and he's got some numbers. 7 strikeouts in 3 innings. So of the 9 outs he's recorded, 7 have been by way of the strikeout. Has a lot of hit and just 1 base runner on a walk.
Oh, he's going to be asked to get out of this situation here. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Nowhere to put Ivan Estrella.
Runner at third is Jose Garcia. Second, Joseph Collazo. At first is Austin Senior. And Ivan Estrella takes ball one. Estrella has reached on errors twice today. Driven in a run and scored a run. Officially 0 for 4. One low outside. Snap throw to second, and back to the bag goes Collazo. Low ball 4, forces in a run. So back-to-back bases loaded walks. Garcia scores. Collazo to third, Senior to second. Estrella drives in the run. He's now at first, and UTRGV's lead is 8-1.
We talked on Wednesday how difficult it is for a relief pitcher to come in and pitch with the bases loaded. How the pressure can be felt walking into there. Miranda not able to throw many strikes.
And there's ball one to Tyler Torres. Torres, a single, a walk, and a run scored today. Drove in a run with a squeeze in the first. Big swing and a miss, 1-1. Two and one now on Torres. Collazo at third, Senior at second, Estrella at first. Big swing and a miss, 2-2. Swing and a miss. Torres down swinging, and that's your inning. Now before UTRGV gets 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors, they leave them loaded. At the end of 8 innings of play, UTRGV leads 8-1. You're watching UTRGV Baseball on Spectrum Sports.
Big things are happening at the one and only South Texas Buick GMC.
Thank you, Valley, for making us your #1 Buick and GMC sales leader in South Texas.
Continue to expect the best trade-in value plus the best customer service around.
Right now, take 25% off when you drive a 2017 GMC Canyon or a 2017 GMC Sierra 1500, including Sierra Denali.
South Texas Buick GMC.
Not the biggest,
Just the best.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Buffalo Friday at 7, Saturday at 6, Sunday at noon, and Monday at 7. Get your tickets now at GoUTRGV.com.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium alongside Danny Elizondo. I'm Jonah Goldberg. To the top of the ninth we go. UTRG is an 8-1 lead over Buffalo. Austin Douglas will try and shut the door. He's got an inning and a third scoreless relief thus far. He'll deal with 9-1-2 in the Buffalo order, starting with Philip Tomasulo. And the first pitch misses low. Tomasulo, a single, a walk, and a double play today. Pitch is on the ground down third base line, a fair ball. Garcia over to pick it up along the line, and it's a leadoff single for Tomasulo.
Torres at third was in on the grass, and the liner by Tomasulo just too quick for Torres to react as he was playing so close.
Alex Thrower digs in. Had a good game. A couple singles and a walk today. And looks at strike one.
And don't forget the play he made out in center field earlier in the ballgame as well. Now if Douglas can get through this ninth without having to go to the bullpen, could be a huge get for UTRGV going into the rest of this weekend.
After using the bullpen extensively during the week, the doubleheader Monday and single games Tuesday and Wednesday. Looks like late time was granted, so the count 0-1 still on Thrower. Only have to use Douglas, who last pitched Saturday and didn't pitch Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Would really help to set up UTRGV for the week ahead. High and outside, 1-1 the count on Thrower. Throw to first. And just back to the bag is Tomasulo.
That was a quick move by Douglas. Short steps off the mound. And being a catcher, you have to have good, footwork. And that helps on the mound as you're trying to pick him off.
Fouled back, 1-2. The 1-2. Misses low, 2-2. UTRGV trying to close out a series opening victory over Buffalo. Two. Full count. Looking to win its third straight game and send Buffalo to its 7th straight loss. Douglas deals. Popped up. Shallow left. In comes Garcia. Make the catch. One away.
Now batting number 6, Ben Haichner.
Here's Ben Hafner. Looks a ball one. Hafner a single walk today. He's 1 for 3. The 1-0. There's a strike, 1-1. Big rib and a miss, 1-2. Runner at first, Tomasulo. 1 down, top of the 9th. Douglas stares in for the sign for UTRGV. And deals, fouled back. We'll do it again. UTRGV looking for its first ever victory over Buffalo, granted in only its 2nd game. Last met in 2008 in San Antonio at a Notre Dame tournament. At the AA ballpark they have there, lost 2-1. Nick Bourne hit a home run for the lone run. Pitch low to Hafner, 2-2. Today UTRGV turning the tables and then some. Scoring 7 runs, or rather 6 runs over the first 3 innings and then 2 more in the 8th. Allowing just the run in the 3rd. Douglas deals. There's a strike on the outside corner. Back to the dugout goes Hafner. First strikeout for Douglas. And UTRGV's an out away.
That two-seam fastball tailing right over the outside corner.
Give or take. I won't tell if you won't tell. As Vinny Milaro digs in. 1 for 4, an RBI single in the 3rd. Hindsight is 20/20, of course. Throw to first, and back to that goes Tomasulo. Big swing and a miss. Strike 1 to Milaro. Douglas deals. Up and tight. 1-1.
Douglas not afraid to go inside. Even after hitting somebody, goes back in there to make sure that they're not leaning off that outside part of the plate.
You don't want to let them eliminate part of the plate. And if you want to be successful, you got to pitch inside. One.
I think there was a balk called.
Must be. So Tomasulo heads down to second. One. This is low and outside. 2-1. Douglas stares in for the sign, comes set at the letters, and deals. Low, nice block by Lee, 3-1. Douglas steals. Swing and a miss. High, hard one. Full count. UTRGV is strike away. Fouled off at the plate. We'll do it again. Runner at second, Tomasulo, 2 down, top of the 9th. UTRGV trying to win its 3rd straight game. Douglas comes set. Here's the 3-2. Outside ball 4, he walked him. So 7-pitch walk to Vinny Milaro.
Douglas is going to have to work a little bit more here. A couple of runners on. 44 pitches already for Douglas. 26 of those for strikes.
Douglas steals. Outside. Well, the UTRGV bullpen is silent. Well, Lee's going to call time and head out to the mound and settle down Douglas.
I think Buffalo's going to call for a pinch runner.
Yep, over at first. Milaro's night is done. As Tyler Utz comes into the game.
So while Buffalo did that, you're right, Lee went out there to go see if he can calm Douglas down. 2 away, 2 runners on. It was a force at third. Just throw some strikes here.
1-0. There's a strike, 1-1.
Sometimes you just got to slow it down a little bit. Go back to your mechanics and make sure they're okay. They're sound. There's some motion out in the UTRGV bullpen.
Just in case. Popped up, right side, foul territory. A long run for Garcia, who makes the catch. And this game is over. This one belongs to UTRGV. It is an 8-1 victory for UTRGV over the University at Buffalo. Take a timeout. When we come back, final highlights, and we'll wrap it up. UTRGV wins 8-1. You're watching UTRGV Baseball on Spectrum Sports.
Big things are happening at the one and only South Texas Buick GMC.
Thank you, Valley, for making us your #1 Buick and GMC sales leader in South Texas.
Continue to expect the best trade-in value plus the best customer service around.
Right now, take 25% off when you drive a 2017 GMC Canyon or a 2017 GMC Sierra 1500, including Sierra Denali.
South Texas Buick GMC.
Not the biggest, just the best.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Buffalo Friday at 7, Saturday at 6, Sunday at noon, and Monday at 7. Get your tickets now at GoUTRGV.com.
Back we are at UTRGV Baseball Stadium, reminding you that UTRGV Baseball is brought to you by Neighbors Emergency Center, with 29 locations in Texas, including 3 across the Rio Grande Valley. Alongside Danny Elizondo, I'm Jonah Goldberg. UTRGV an 8-1 victory over Buffalo, and here is how it happened. Anthony Gomez at the plate in the 3rd inning, and he shoots one through the middle with the infield drawn in. That brings home Tyler Torres. UTRGV in the midst of a 2-run inning. They had a 6-1 lead after 3, and if you're going to score those early runs, you need a pitcher who's going to make it stand up, and Carter Johnson able to do just that. Curveball, fastball, that's 3 strikeouts. Curveball again, and Johnson finished with 7 strikeouts and 6 2/3. So UTRGV beats Buffalo by a count of 8-1. Well, the win goes to the aforementioned Carter Johnson. He's 4-1. The loss to Alex Tui's 3-2. UTRGV improves to 13-7. Buffalo falls to 4-10. UTRGV's won 3 straight. Buffalo's lost 7 in a row. They'll do it again tomorrow, 6 p.m. start. Spectrum Sports is your home, the alternate channel, 825. That'll do it for us from UTRGV Baseball Stadium. I want to thank everybody out there for tuning in. This has been a presentation of UTRGV Baseball. For more information, you can log on to goutrgv.com. You want to reach us, send an email. Our contact info is on the website. Under Athletics, click on Staff Directory. But for now, for my partner in crime, the one and only Danny Elizondo, our entire production crew, and of course Jack Falla, wherever you are, this is Jonah Goldberg saying good night from UTRGV Baseball Stadium. UTRGV wins 8-1. This Sky Beretta telecast is presented by UTRGV Athletics and may not be retransmitted or rebroadcast without the express written consent of UTRGV Athletics. For more information, log on to goutrgv.com.
Who's not hooked on Church's seafood? Introducing new hand-breaded fish. Try 3 delicious pieces of our hand-breaded fish and 5 hush puppy biscuit bites for just $3.99. Church's. And like always, get a great deal for the whole family.
UTRGV Baseball hosts Buffalo Friday at 7, Saturday at 6, Sunday at noon, and Monday at 7. Get your tickets now at goutrgv.com.
A good neighbor is more than an acquaintance. A good neighbor is more than a friend.
A good neighbor is welcoming and makes you feel like family.
Helpful, kind, caring, supportive. In an emergency, you can count on your neighbors.
Day or night. At Neighbors Emergency Center.
Your doctors.
Your neighbors.